time to touch our bags and drop our sack on this edition of Ravens Rundown. Rumors mailbag time, where we answer your questions about the Baltimore Ravens. It is Super Bowl Sunday, by the way. And with that in mind, I want to know, who you rooting for to win the big game later on today? You going with the Chiefs or the 49ers? If you want the Chiefs to win, like today's video. If you are rooting for the 49ers, comment for the 49ers. I'm staying loyal and true to the AFC. I'd rather lose to the champs, if I'm going to be honest with you. So I'm liking today's video. I hope you're doing the same. Let's get started with today's show. We begin with a question from Ravens Fan for Life. Wants to know, what will the Ravens do with OBJ this offseason? That is the question that a lot of folks want to know. OBJ, I think, had a disappointing season, to say the least, for what he was paid from the Baltimore Ravens this past year. But even with that said, I still am optimistic about OBJ. I would not pay him that same money again, but OBJ still had times where he came through for this team. There were moments where OBJ was the best player on the field. You go back to that Bengals game, a couple other times where he showed up, and I think that he was still trying to get healthy of sorts throughout this season, trying to find his own, in his first year back from the ACL injury. So I think if you bring OBJ back, you're going to get even a better version of OBJ than what we saw in 2023, and for less money than what you paid him before. So with that in mind, and think about the receiving core too. We got the question marks about Zay Flowers. I'm sure we'll talk about that coming up later. Rashad Bateman didn't perform well last year. Nelson Aguilar is going to be another year older. I don't think it hurts you to bring OBJ back for the right price. What do you guys think? Weigh in on our pinned comment today. Should the Ravens re-sign Odell Beckham Jr.? Type OBJ for yes. Type no BJ for no. That's OBJ for yes. No BJ for no. I mean, let's be real. Nobody wants to go without BJ. You got to type yes for this answer. Let me know in the comments section how you feel if the Ravens should re-sign OBJ or not. Today's show is sponsored by Game Time. Game Time, the place to go for last-minute tickets for the lowest prices guaranteed. And here's the deal. You may be looking for tickets to sporting events, concerts, theater productions, comedy shows, and more. We got it all at Game Time, folks. And we are offering $20 off your first purchase when you use the promo code RavensChat. So if you want to go to a Maryland basketball game, man, you can get a pretty dang good seat and save some money with Game Time, folks. Look for their flash deals. See if you like the seat or not. You can check out within a matter of moments using Apple Pay, Google Pay, Venmo. Very simple, easy to use with all major credit card providers. But wait, there's more. Maybe you're in Vegas and you're planning to go to the big game, but you haven't bought your tickets yet. Don't worry. No need to fear. Game Time is here, offering $100 off when you use the promo code Vegas100. And you don't have to be a first-time user to get that deal as well. In fact, you can pair it up with the Ravens Chat promo code if you're a first-time user and save $120 on tickets to the big game. What are you waiting for? Download Game Time today. Terms and conditions do apply. $20 off, first-time users, promo code Ravens Chat. $100 off for the big game as well with promo code Vegas100. Link is in the comments and description of today's video. Ray Lewis's pal writes in, what's going to happen with Zay Flowers amid the investigation? So at the time of this recording, Zay Flowers has not been arrested. There have not been any charges filed against the Ravens wide receiver. So it's still very young in this process. And if you recall, Zay Flowers played a week after the alleged incident happened. So I would think that of what the Ravens know and what Zay Flowers knows, they feel pretty confident about the situation and where this is all going. Now, obviously, things could change, and we'll see what happens when we get more information throughout the process. But at least for the time being, time marches on, essentially, with the Baltimore Ravens. It's business as usual. They'll do their due diligence. The league will do their due diligence. Law enforcement will, and then we'll figure out everything from there. But at least for the time being, you just stay patient and let the process play itself out, and then we'll figure things out from there. Terry Bradshaw still with no hair on that head, checks in. Says, any chance the Ravens could play in Spain or Brazil games in the future? So it was announced this past week that in 2025, the NFL is going to play for the first time ever an international series in Spain. And next year, we already know that the NFL is going to play in Brazil. I believe the Eagles are the ones that are going to have that home game there. I want to rule it out as a possibility. And what we've been told is, think about this, that if you would like to host the NFL draft, or if you would like to host the Super Bowl, either one, that you are required to give up one of your home games to go play in the international series. Now, while it's highly unlikely that Baltimore will ever get to host a Super Bowl, even though they're renovating the bank and everything, I would think that there's a decent chance that a city like Baltimore could host the NFL draft. And so with that in mind, then maybe you go ahead and play that international series game. Because think about this. When the Ravens went to London this past season, that was a Titans home game. So that did not count towards the Ravens box that they needed to check off in order to try to get the draft or the Super Bowl. So if Baltimore is intent on hosting the draft or the Super Bowl, then I would expect them to follow suit and play one of those games. And it doesn't necessarily have to be Spain or Brazil. Maybe it's Germany, maybe it's England, maybe it's even Mexico as far as that goes. But I would think that the Ravens are probably going to have an international home game sooner rather than later. And not to mention just kind of building your brand here. You have a superstar, electrifying quarterback in Lamar Jackson, and some of the talent that's going to be here for a long time, like Roquan Smith and Kyle Hamilton and others. You want to build that name recognition for those players. You want them to be household names, not just in Baltimore, not just in Maryland, not just in the United States, but worldwide. You want them to be superstars, and that's a chance to grow your brand, potentially do that. What is a country the Ravens should play in? Where would you like to see them suit up? England, Spain, Germany, Brazil, Mexico, Canada. What do you want to see your Baltimore Ravens play in? Or do you not want them to see them go anywhere? Just stay statewide in the United States. Weigh in the comment section. Let me know what you think. For the latest happenings in your favorite team, we got you covered each and every day here on Ravens Rundown, bringing you daily news and rumors. We have these Q&A mailbags. We also were talking all offseason long about the draft, trades, free agency, and more. If you love your Baltimore Ravens, this is the channel for you. You ain't alive, you ain't subscribed to Ravens Rundown. Subscribe now for free. You'll be glad you did. Last question coming in from Scott's Tots. One of the best episodes of The Office ever, by the way. Can Lamar Jackson win MVP again next year? Well, Scott, that's a very good question, and I believe the answer is yes. I was talking about this the other day in one of these shorts that we put up on the channel. And think about this for Lamar Jackson heading into next year. With what the Ravens are about to lose defensively, you're not going to be able to keep everybody, right? The defense, more than likely, after having the number one defense in the NFL this past year, is going to take a step back. That's just a reality of it, unfortunately. And that's going to force the offense to have to take a step up. Lamar already played at an MVP level last year, obviously. So you would hope that he would elevate his play a step further, and that would keep him in the MVP conversation. And then a couple more elements to think about. Lamar was just getting accustomed to the way the Ravens offense was doing things with Todd Monken, right? The offense really didn't start clicking until the second half of the season this past year. And they were trying to find that happy medium of sorts between Lamar being an effective runner and an effective passer, right? Well, now they've got that kind of figured out. The offense is not starting from scratch heading into 2024. So to me, I think those things will put Lamar right back in contention to win the MVP again. Of this MVP season from Lamar Jackson, what was your favorite moment in 2023? A lot of memories to choose from. For me, it's that Niners game when they just kicked the crap out of the San Francisco 49ers, who very well might be the Super Bowl champions. That was my favorite moment. What was your favorite moment? Weigh in the comment section. Let me know what you think. If you enjoyed today's show, like the video. We certainly would appreciate it. And we thank you for joining us here on this edition of Ravens Rundown. Enjoy Super Bowl Sunday, and we'll see you tomorrow.